Ichi failed. Kisuke was poisoned, and Askin had no idea he was standing inside Urahara's final plan. As Kisuke prepares to move, Askin casually interrupts him, because apparently attempted murder is the perfect time for a chemistry lecture. Askin, relaxed, smug. "You're dangerous, Urahara. I'd rather not let someone like you wander around freely. So, how about a little present?" Askin raises his hand, condensing his poisonous reishi into a small sphere, the gift ball. It may look like an evil purple jawbreaker, but once it hits, the surrounding spiritual particles become lethally toxic. Askin, playful, almost whispering, "Gift ball." He launches it directly at Kisuke. The sphere detonates, flooding the area with poison and forcing Urahara to dodge before his organs submit their resignation letters. Kisuke escapes the first blast, but against Askin, surviving the attack only gives the poison more time to learn your name. And this worthless poison merchant had plenty more samples. He launches it directly at Kisuke. The sphere detonates, flooding the area with poison and forcing Urahara to dodge before his organs submit their resignation letters. Kisuke escapes the first blast, but against Askin, surviving the attack only gives the poison more time to learn your name. And this worthless poison merchant had plenty more samples. The poison finally reaches Kisuke's eyes. His vision collapses, his body begins shutting down, and Askin watches with the smug satisfaction of a man who thinks the fight is already over. And honestly, it should have been. Kisuke can no longer see his opponent. He can barely move inside the gift barrier, and every second he remains inside, the lethal dose becomes harder to resist. But Askin has made one fatal mistake. He thinks blindness has made Kisuke helpless. Kisuke Urahara doesn't need to see the battlefield, because he already planned how it would end. For the first time, the smiling shopkeeper drops the harmless old man routine. He grips Benihime, raises his head, and reveals the weapon he had kept hidden from almost everyone. Bankai. Kanon Biraki Benihime Aratame. Asaya. And standing behind the blinded Kisuke is a towering crimson woman, a bankai capable of cutting open, repairing and restructuring anything within its reach. Askin had successfully destroyed Kisuke's eyesight. Unfortunately, Kisuke had just summoned supernatural surgery. Behind him appears a colossal woman with braided hair and mannequin-like arms. Kanon Biraki Benihime Aratame. Kisuke's bankai can restructure anything within its range. It can split objects apart, repair damage, and reconstruct things for an entirely new purpose. Basically, it performs battlefield surgery without anesthesia, consent forms, or functioning hospital administration. Kisuke restructures his damaged eyes and restores his vision. He then modifies his arm, enhancing its strength before rushing Askin and ripping him open. The bankai perfectly reflects Kisuke. It doesn't rely on raw destruction. It dismantles things, analyzes their construction, and rebuilds them into something more useful. But it only works within a limited range. Askin retreats and attacks from outside it, while the poisonous dome continues destroying Kisuke's body. For all his brilliance, Kisuke cannot overpower Askin directly. So he does what he does best. He cheats. Using his bankai, Kisuke restructures part of Gift Barrier Deluxe and creates a hidden pathway through the dome. Askin sees Kisuke bleeding out and assumes the fight is over. That is the greatest mistake anyone can make against Urahara. If Kisuke looks defeated, check behind you. If nothing is behind you, check underneath you. If nothing is underneath you, congratulations. The trap was installed inside your liver 3 chapters ago. Suddenly, a hand erupts through Askin's chest. Grimjow has returned. Kisuke previously gave him an antidote, and use the pathway created by his Bankai to let him attack from Askin's blind spot. Grimmjow reaches through Askin's body and tears out his heart. No emotional speech, no honorable farewell. Just immediate feline cardiac extraction. Askin calculated the lethal dose of everything except one angry cat reaching through his ribcage. But even death doesn't stop this poisonous rat. Askin reveals that Gift Birai Deluxe will become deadlier after he dies. The dome intensifies. Kisuke can barely move, and Grimmjow collapses again. Fortunately, Kisuke prepared for this too. Before the battle, he instructed Neliel to wait outside and rescue them if victory left everyone trapped. Meaning he created a contingency plan for the contingency plan required after his surprise heart removal plan. He anticipated Askin adapting to Yoruichi. He anticipated needing his Bankai. He anticipated Grimmjow delivering the killing blow. And he anticipated that killing Askin would somehow make everything worse. Aizen creates plans because he believes he controls everyone. Kisuke creates plans because he assumes everything will go horribly wrong. Unfortunately, Kisuke is usually correct. This fight reveals why Urahara is so terrifying. His Bankai is powerful, but it isn't what truly defeats Askin. Kisuke wins because he turns every person and apparent failure into another piece of his strategy. Yoruichi becomes the unpredictable weapon. Grimmjow becomes the executioner. Neliel becomes the rescue team. And Kisuke pulls every thread while pretending to be a harmless shopkeeper who definitely doesn't have 17 felonies hidden beneath his bucket hat. That is how Kisuke Urahara, Yoruichi Shihoin, and Grimmjow Jayageges defeated Askin Nakk le Vaar, the Quincy who could poison anything and turn oxygen into a workplace hazard. Yoruichi supplied the speed, Grimmjow supplied the murder, and Kisuke supplied a plan so complicated that even the audience needed an antidote. If you enjoyed watching 4 attractive lunatics violate the laws of medicine, chemistry, and informed consent, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me, was Kisuke's Bankai worth the wait? Until next time, remember, never trust a smiling anime scientist, especially when he claims everything is proceeding as expected.
Every family is supposed to be with that